the walls of this house could talk, they would surely tell a story far more romantic and captivating than any series. One morning, while the streets were still dozing in a light fog, reporters captured that very moment. Two people emerged from a house in Istanbul, Mert Demir and Afra. Both moved without haste, without any overt secrecy. But in their gazes, one could read that special ease of people who no longer feel the need to prove anything to the world. They simply exist for each other, and that is what matters most. The news spread across the internet faster than any premiere. Journalists began to talk again about the couple living together. This event seemingly should have sparked a wave of gossip and speculation. But no, the reaction was quite different. Warm words of support dominated the comments. It seems that viewers have truly fallen in love not only with their on-screen personas, but also with that quiet, genuine love that they seem to be trying to protect from prying eyes. Coincidence or a sign? But just days ago, Afra appeared at the GQ Man of the Year ceremony, where she received an award on her birthday. A moment full of symbolism. In a brief interview, the actress, with her characteristic modesty, remarked, "I only work and sleep, so there's nothing to tell about my personal life." But we know that sometimes such words conceal much more. Sometimes silence is the gentlest shield for what is most precious. Their story is like a delicate fabric woven from hundreds of opposing winds. They have navigated through breakups and reconciliations together. Last summer, the press fervently discussed their split. It seemed everything was over. But autumn brought changes. Reserved glances at events, tender messages, rare joint photos. And now, the doors of one house are opening once again for the two. Afra and Mert themselves do not comment on what's happening, and perhaps this is the wisest tactic. In an era where every emotion becomes public property in a matter of seconds, the ability to remain silent is a true luxury skill. They do not sell their love for likes and views. They simply live it. Watching their relationship, one cannot help but wonder, will their bond withstand the test of time once the filming of Kingfisher wraps up? After all, it was the set that became the place where their paths crossed, where a friendship blossomed into something more. And now, as their familiar routine is about to change, fate will put them to the test. Many actor couples have parted ways during such moments. The shared scenes disappeared, the rhythm of their days together crumbled, and feelings slipped away like sand through fingers. But sometimes miracles happen. Sometimes what began on set becomes the start of a lifelong story. For now, everything looks very bright. Afra and Mert are not putting on grand shows. They are not rushing to stoke public interest. They seem to have found that serene space where they can be themselves. And that deserves nothing but respect. The GQ award for Afra has become not just a recognition of her talent, but also a confirmation that the path she has chosen, a path of sincerity and hard work, bears fruit. On stage, she shines. In life, she remains humble and genuine. And it is precisely for this that people love her. Who knows, maybe in a few years, while flipping through old photos, we will say, this is where the real story began. But for now, let's simply rejoice for them, for the tenderness they have managed to preserve in a world of endless hustle. And no matter what anyone says about coincidences, when two people repeatedly choose to walk side by side, it is no longer a coincidence. It is a conscious choice, a true one. While some are building their present, others tenderly look back at the past. An interview in Harper's Bazaar has left hundreds of thousands of fans holding their breath. Hande Erçel, an actress whose name has become synonymous with bright energy and endless kindness, opened the most intimate part of her heart, sharing about the person who has been her main support and inspiration. This was not just another standard interview filled with cliché phrases. Every word spoken by Hande resonated like a soft whisper of the soul. She spoke about her mother, about the woman whose outlook on life, love, and strength shaped the Hande we know and adore today. When the actress said, "Her energy and light illuminate my path at every step," it was hard not to feel a tightness in the chest from overwhelming emotions. These words are not merely a tribute to memory. They are a confession of eternal love that does not fade even when the person is no longer by our side. It is the understanding that a woman's true strength is born not from fame, awards, or victories on the red carpet, but from those warm moments when a little girl holds her mother's hand and believes that only light lies ahead. Hande's story is a reminder that behind every success, behind every dazzling smile on a magazine cover, there is someone who, in the toughest moments, said, "You can do it." Someone who believed in her when the world knew nothing of her talent. Someone who provided that inner support that withstands any storm. In her voice, there was not only sadness but also gratitude. Not the showy kind, but genuine. Quiet, like a memory of a warm home filled with the scent of vanilla and cheerful laughter. And in those moments when Hande recalled her mother, it seemed that there was no difference between stars and ordinary people. Ultimately, we are all just little children, holding in our hearts those eternal memories of those who made us strong. Sometimes, it is in such touching confessions that the true essence of a person is revealed. A true star shines not only in the camera's lens, she shines in the darkness of her own soul. And Hande's light is just that. As she reminisced about her mother, it was as if she returned to a time when dreams were still fragile and the future unpredictable. It was through the love, care, and support of a loved one that she was able to navigate her path, to walk it with dignity, grace, and faith in herself. Sometimes one wants to believe that in every new project of hers, in every smile, every gesture, and every glance, there is an invisible presence of the love that her mother once gave her. No matter what happens in her life or where she finds herself, that light will always walk beside her. And looking at Hande today, it's hard not to admire her. Not just her acting skills, not just her appearance, but her soul. A soul that still resonates with the voice of the most important person. Such stories remind us that behind every strong woman stands another, one who once said, "I believe in you." And perhaps that is what makes Hande Erçel so special. Not titles, not rankings, not popularity, but that inner light that cannot be acted. It can only be carried through the years. You know, sometimes it feels like life has a special talent for throwing new stories our way at just the right moment, especially about those who continue to inspire us. Right now, while Hande's heartfelt words about her mother still resonate in the hearts of her fans, the actress has casually reminded us of herself in a completely different mood. Light, joyful, almost spring-like. Amid all these warm memories, news suddenly breaks, circulating through Turkish and international media. Hande Erçel and Hakan were spotted together in Rome, Italy. Not only keen-eyed journalists noticed them, but also fans who certainly didn't miss such a vivid detail in the endless stream of daily life. And so, the picture comes together like an old film being reshot with a new camera. The modern streets of Rome, ancient buildings, the aroma of coffee on every corner, and there they are, together openly enjoying the moment. No loud declarations, no forced smiles, just two people taking a break from the endless hustle and bustle to disappear for a while from the world. If anyone says that such trips are merely a vacation, I would respond. Sometimes it is precisely during these breaks that true acknowledgement occurs. When you choose to spend time not just in someone's company, but specifically with a certain person, sharing strolls through a foreign city, conversations under a starry sky, and light laughter in empty squares, it speaks volumes about trust, about comfort, about feeling good, not just in public, but also in silence. And it's especially wonderful to see this in the case of Hande herself. After all the journey she has been on, with its triumphs and losses, its pride and pain, seeing someone beside her who can offer simple human happiness, even if just for a couple of days in another city, is truly touching. Of course, neither Hande nor Hakan has commented on their relationship yet, and perhaps that's for the best, because there are moments you want to keep just for yourself, to preserve them alive, fragile, untouched by the hustle of discussions. If this trip to Rome really became an opportunity for them to escape from the world for a while and simply be together, then that's exactly what they needed right now. All we know are the light photos, random eyewitness accounts, and brief notes in the news feeds. But sometimes, such little details speak louder than any press releases. Let the story unfold as it should, without pressure, without unnecessary fuss, without imposed expectations. May Hande have as many moments as possible to simply breathe deeply, laugh in old streets, sip coffee at leisure, and hold the hand of someone with whom she wants to share her life. Because happiness is always found in the details, in a spontaneous trip, in a stroll through an unfamiliar city, in the quiet joy of being oneself next to someone important. And perhaps this is the entire secret of Hande Isil, the ability to maintain light in every life story, in every role, in every encounter. And with that, my dear friends, I conclude our story today, filled with light, tenderness, and genuine emotions. If you enjoyed diving into the world of Turkish stars with me, be sure to subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up, and hit the bell so you don't miss the freshest and most heartfelt news. Share your thoughts in the comments about Hande and Hakan's trip, about the love between Afra and Mert, and those little yet significant moments that bring us closer. Sending you a big hug and eagerly awaiting our next meeting. See you soon.